And so there we go, everything's plugged up still. We got the iPad over here charging, we got the GoPro plugged in, and then on my second display here, which is plugged into this one USB-C port, I have dual monitors now. All right, so today I have a new product to help out my editing here on my iMac. Special thanks to this company who are nice enough to send me their 12-in-1 multifunction docking station. So this has 12 different connectors from Ethernet to VGA, USB ports, USB-C, etc. And it only uses one USB Type-C port. And of course, my iMac only has two USB Type-C ports, so this will come in very handy. So of course, we're gonna get on the overhead rig, go through a quick unboxing, and then after that, we will set this up on the iMac and actually try it out. We'll try it with an external monitor and maybe a few other things. So click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch. And now let's check out this 12-in-1 USB-C type docking station. So this is the 12-in-1 multi-functioning docking station. Now you can see it has 12 interfaces, PD 100 watts, gigabit Ethernet, and 4K HDMI. 12-in-1 docking station on the side, same over there, nothing on the bottom, nothing on the top. And the back gives you a little bit of information, although I'll go over most of this with you right now. And this is the D1 model. So let's open this on up, and I'm gonna put this thing to good use. For the box. And so we've got a nice user's manual here on the bottom, giving more details about the product. And then inside of this little plastic casing is the actual 12-in-1 docking station. So it has a very nice metal feel. It's not plastic. It is USB-C type, so you can see there, that's USB-C type port, and there's a lot on here. So everything is also labeled. So we got a headphone jack, and then USB 2.0 ports, and two USB 3.0 ports. Then this side has the PD 100 watt port, that'd be for like charging something, an HDMI 1 and HDMI 2, a SD card for a regular SD card, as well as a micro SD card slot, or a TF card. And then the end has VGA. Hey, some people, I guess, would have USB-C and still have a VGA monitor. I know I do myself, so that's somewhat common. And then this is the gigabit Ethernet port. I'm absolutely just amazed at how much really comes in this. You know, you can set it behind your computer, plug it in, and have your HDMI cables running, have your network running, plug in, you know, some external drives, stuff like that, a pair of headphones, and you'd be able to use one Type-C port on your computer to have all of this access, which I think would be really good, especially for, you know, these new iMacs and new MacBooks. So let's hook this up to my MacBook and see exactly what we can do with it. All right, so as many of you may know, the new MacBooks only come with two USB-C ports, and this is an old USB hub. So I'm gonna take this one out to put in my nice new one. So out with the old and in with the new. Now this one has two HDMI ports, the PD port, SD card slot, micro SD card slot, network, and VGA, and then four USBs, two USB 2s and two USB 3s, as well as a headphone jack, all running off of one single USB-C type port. So let's plug this in. So run it under here and plug into my port. There we go. Set my monitor back straight. And so now we're plugged in. Shouldn't have to do anything here but sign into my iMac. And now that I'm signed in, I guess let's try a couple things. So where's my USB-C port? There it is. So there we go. Now this little green cable here that's snaked around is plugged in. Take my iPad and should be able to plug my iPad right into this cable. And there we go. Now we're charging our iPad. You can also see there's a little red light in there. Maybe you can't see it, but there's a little red light in there. Now I've got my GoPro cable, and so I'm gonna take my GoPro and plug it in over here in one of these USB ports. Now my GoPro is plugged in, so when I turn my GoPro on, which it's already on now because it's charging it, my GoPro will show up right there. It's on my Mac. There it is, Hero 7 Black. And I can go into here, go into GoPro. I don't think there's anything on it. Oh, there is. There we go. So that's working. And now let's try to set us up a second monitor, because I have a second monitor and I want to run it off of one of these HDMI ports. So let's see how that goes. And so there we go. Everything's plugged up still. We got the iPad over here charging. We got the GoPro plugged in, and then on my second display here, which is plugged into this one USB-C port, I have dual monitors now on my Mac. So I can go over here, I can bring this back down and, you know, just drag this right back over to my desktop. Absolutely in love with that. So that should do it for this 12-in-1 USB-C docking station. Now this thing, I absolutely love it. Got my second monitor here for my Final Cut Now. That is a game changer. And also the fact that this has the micro SD card slot and the regular SD card slot makes it really easy for me editing videos to just grab a memory card, slap it in, and pull off my files, compared to before, my old one only had a regular SD card slot. So if I had micro SD, it was a little more of a headache to get the stuff off. But you can definitely do a lot with this. All the USB ports, you can have multiple devices plugged in, multiple devices charging, whatever you may need. And the fact that you can use VGA is a really big plus, because a lot of people's monitors are still VGA, sadly. And so the fact that you can use VGA or HDMI, I think, is a phenomenal plus. Ethernet, I mean, if this thing allowed me to support it, I would gladly use the Ethernet. Sadly, you may or may not know, but the iMacs came in two flavors, the cheaper model and the more expensive. The more expensive model has a chip inside that allows for Ethernet. This one is missing that chip because it was cheaper, so even with this adapter, I can't use Ethernet. Pretty crazy. At least that's what Apple told me. So I'll of course have this exact 12-in-1 docking station linked down below in the description if you'd like to grab one of these for yourself. Again, special thanks to this company for sending this out to me. And I think that will do it for today's video. Click like, click subscribe, indulge in your life at indulgeclothing.com for the merch, and we'll see you in the next one. Deuces.